Hello and welcome to ONCA 101, Electing Directors of Ontario Nonprofits. My name is Benjamin Miller. I'm a lawyer who serves nonprofits and charities, and I'm of counsel with B.I.G Charity Law Group. In today's video, I will look at ONCA, Ontario Not-for-Profit Corporations Act, and what it requires when it comes to electing your board, the board of your Ontario nonprofit. Specifically, we'll look at the minimum number of directors you're required to elect, getting consent from the directors, and their terms of office. Before beginning, I just want to note that the following presentation is general legal information, not legal advice specific to your situation. There are lots of idiosyncrasies, so if you want tailored legal advice, then I suggest you consult with competent legal counsel. You can reach out to us at Charity Law Group, and I will share my contact information at the end of this presentation if you're interested. So to begin, how many directors do you actually have to elect? Well, members must elect a quorum of directors at a members' meeting, and you have to have at least 3 directors on your board. So what's a quorum? A quorum is 50% plus 1 of the minimum number of directors listed in your bylaw, in your articles, unless your articles say otherwise. So that means if your articles say that you have 3 directors, you need to elect at least 2 at a members' meeting. If your articles say that you have 6 to 8 directors, then you need, or 6 to 9 rather, then you need to elect 4. So that's 50% plus 1 of the lesser number, the 6. Because if it was of 9, then you would be required to elect 5. Now, it's not enough just to vote them in. Once they've been elected, they need to sign a little piece of paper saying they're willing to act as directors. If you didn't have this requirement, you could basically vote anybody in, and they could be directors without even knowing it. Now, it doesn't have to be some fancy, complicated legal form. You could just write down on a piece of paper, Bob Smith consents to act as director of nonprofit X, beginning on January 1st, 2022, or whatever the date of your members' meeting was. Now, this is where it gets fun, and I get a lot of questions around this. How long can directors serve? So the answer is under Ontario Not-for-Profit Corporations Act, and this is different from Ontario Corporations Act, which was effective until October 19th, 2021. It's 4 years. It used to be 5 years. So if you were incorporated before October 19th, 2021, and you have not yet transitioned to the ONCA, and we have videos on how to do that, then it's still a 5-year limit. However, once you have transitioned to the ONCA, or after October 19th, 2024, it will go down to 4 years. So you have to watch this number. However, it doesn't mean that a person can only be a director for 4 years. They can run for re-election as many times as they want. Now, it's not a particularly good practice to have a group of people serve as directors for 20, 30 years. You may want some fresh ideas, some fresh blood, but there's nothing legally prohibiting somebody serving indefinitely. They just have to be re-elected at the very least every 4 years. The other thing to note is that directors can have different lengths of terms. So you can have what's called a staggered board or a rolling board. So for example, you can say, every director has a 3-year term of office, but 1/3 of the board starts this year, 1/3 of the board starts next year, and 1/3 of the board starts another year, so that every year you're re-electing 1/3 of the board. And this is a good practice because that way you're never exclusively, so it's never all new people. You always have some experienced people on the board. So anyway, that's a general overview of the Ontario Not-for-Profit Corporations Act rules for electing directors of nonprofits. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to benjamin.miller@charitylawgroup.ca or visit Charity Law